Father Jerzy Popiełuszko. Life story. Jerzy Popiełuszko was born on September 14, 1947 in the village of Okopie near Suchawola in Podlasie. After graduating from high school in 1965, he entered the major seminary in Warsaw. The breakthrough in the life of Father Jerzy Popiełuszko was the summer of 1980, Sunday, August 31st, when a delegation of striking steelworkers asked Cardinal Wyszyński for a priest to come to the steelworks, and Father Jerzy Popiełuszko volunteered. The activities of Father Jerzy Popiełuszko. After the introduction of martial law, Father Popiełuszko organizes numerous charity activities. He supports persecuted and wronged people. He participates in trials of those arrested for opposing martial law. He also organizes the distribution of gifts that are imported from abroad. In September 1983, Father Jerzy organized a pilgrimage of workers from Huta Warszawa to Jasna Góra. In a year's time, workers from various parts of Poland were making pilgrimages to Częstochowa. The idea of Father Jerzy turned into the annual Polish workers' pilgrimage to Jasna Góra Monastery on the first Sunday of September. Process and death. The activity of Father Jerzy makes him the target of indiscriminate attacks by the authorities. Events are multiplied to intimidate a well-respected priest. In September 1983, an investigation was initiated into acting to detriment of the Polish People's Republic, and on December 12, charges were brought against Father Jerzy. From January to June 1984, he was questioned 13 times, once arrested and released after church intervention. As we know from the testimony of the accused in the Toruń trial, the fake car accident on October 14 on the way from Gdańsk to Warsaw was the first attempt on the life of Father Popiełuszko. The second was successful and happened on October 19. The funeral. During the funeral, the SP conducted activities throughout Poland. Their main goal was to prevent hostile demonstrations as well as to reduce attendance at the funeral. The SB was closely monitoring the funeral itself. Its officers estimated that around 50,000 people gathered in front of the church at 6 a.m., which is 5 hours before the funeral starts. And before the funeral itself, it was supposed to be around 100,000 people. As reported after the funeral, which ran smoothly, groups from 2,000 to 2,000 people were formed, which spread in different directions of the capital, singing church songs and chanting slogans such as "Come with us," "Drop the sticks, we forgive," "We want Lech, not Wojciech," and "Bujak, not Kiszczak." Cult after death. In the years 1985-1989, the grave of Father Jerzy Popiełuszko was one of the places that the security service considered as particularly exposed to the possibility of hostile actions, especially in the first days of November. Promoting the cult of Popiełuszko was not considered by the authorities to be only a local Warsaw threat. In the years 1985-1989, in November, the SS officers also took special care in cemeteries in other places where there were symbolic priest graves. The authorities of the Polish People's Republic could breathe a sigh of peace then. The beatification process of the priests murdered by SB functionaries was officially opened 12 years later. Jerzy Popiełuszko's beatification took place on June 6, 2010 in Warsaw, and the cult of him continues to this day.